Hello everyone, welcome back to our Workday talent modules. So we have just started the overview of the talent module in the previous session. So today we are going to again recap what we have covered so far. So entire talent modules I have divided into three major categories, or in this catalog if you can see, performance management, goal management, career development plan, and succession planning, right? And in performance management and goal management, what I have done, so all the topics I have divided into six major topics, like goals, which we have already covered in the two earlier session. The next one is talent reviews, then employee reviews, talent and performance calibration, feedback, and check-ins, right? So these are the key topics. And if you're joining or participating in my hackathons and all, and if you're part of that, then you have a good news that you'll be going through all the 17 tracks, and depending upon your choice again, which are the part, and these are the different tracks we're going to cover. First track is process, second is strategy and architecture, track 3 is operation, track 4 is implementation, track 5 is migration, track 6 is integration, track 7 is quality assurance or the testing. Track 8 is AMS, that is application maintenance and support. Track 9 is certification, people who are looking for certification preparation. Then track 10 is people who are looking for any kind of interview preparation. Track 11 is for pre-sales. Track 12 is for project management for a workday and performance management and goal management section. Then product management, if you are a product owner or a process owner, right? So that will be track for you. Then track 14 is emerging trends and performance management. Track 14 is 15 is podcast videos related to that. Track 16 will be comprises for all the resources. And track 17 will be any kind of a doubtlet class or ask me anything, I call it ask me anything sessions. So if you're a part of my any of the membership you have taken, then you have to go through all the tracks, or depending upon your roles, you can choose for multiple tracks. Okay, so that is the track point of view, just I thought of sharing with you. Then coming to the themes, when I say themes, so basically you will be having four major themes, right? So it can be business, it can be technology, it can be your career related theme or innovation related themes, right? So these are four themes, 17 tracks we are going to cover in this entire journey. So now let's move on to our topics of the today. So last sessions, I have already covered the goals. If you have not watched, you can watch it in my platform, Success Labs Academy platform, and in that it will be available in the Diamond memberships only. Then next one is the talent reviews, right? So if I go to the talent reviews, let's start with the talent review part. So we will see to our notes, and at the same time we will be going to our guide to see what does it mean. Okay, so if you can see the guide, this is the talent review part. Now what are the different steps? We'll quickly go through the concept, then we will move on to our practical stuff, hands-on exercise in the system, right? So what do you understand by talent review? So when it comes to talent review, basically you have to gather, you evaluate and report the different employee talent information, isn't it? Like it can be your skills, it can be your experiences. Then if you have must have seen the performance and potential metrics, okay. Then you must be having some career interest and mobility preference, whether you are open for traveling, open for any jobs, taking any jobs for a global assignment, maybe in US, UK, or any other European country or in Middle East. So those are the different options we do have. It will be helping you in this context. And you can also create multiple talent review templates and you can customize based on your requirement, right? And you can also review your talent by printing the talent cards, the summary of everything, and talent information for each and every employee. And it can be done both in iPad and iPhone apps, right? So that's the thing. Now, what are the key steps? So first of all, here it is an optional step, although it is optional, but you have to understand if your event is large enough that you need to work with a Workday production readiness team, or there are some specific steps like customer events, best practice and readiness, okay, that you have to check it out. Or you second step also you can directly start with. like you can set up individual components that you can plan in your talent review process, like setting of interest, setting of the skills and experience, right? You can do that. Then third step will be of creating a talent review rules. You can define some rules, you can define review the templates, you can do those reviews and all. Okay, so these are the different seven steps for doing in this entire exercise, okay, for the talent review process. Now, coming to the talent review rules, okay, what does it mean? So for this, we have to understand there is a functional area called talent pipeline. That is a prerequisite. You have to understand this must be there. This setup must be there. Otherwise, you cannot perform. Okay. So how can we identify that? So that we'll be going to see shortly. Now in the context, whenever you are defining this eligibilities and all, so you have to identify those rules, and it will evaluate whether employee is matching the criteria, whether some organization, location, job profile, talent pool membership, whether these are the different filter or the criteria, whether you are matching or not. Similarly, whenever you are organizing a talent review rules, you have to always check there is a task called maintain condition rule categories. So in this one, you will be seeing in the system. And what are the key steps we have to, suppose you have not created any talent review rule, we can start using this task. Create talent review rule task, then rule category. If there is already an existing condition, you can copy and we can tweak it. Otherwise, you can start from the beginning. Okay. So this is something we will be doing in the process. So now without any further ado, let's move on to the system and we will see how we can perform whatever we have learned so far, right? Let's go. Okay, so whenever we are going to a system, we will see any of the employees. And if you go here, if you take action, in the talent category, you can see these are the different data point, like a view skills and experience, view interests, right? So these are the data point which will be useful for our review. Okay. So if you can see, if I go here, I think for this person, we do not have any data point. Okay. But it can be added or can be changed, right? Yeah. So these are job details we do have, job history. But these are the skills and experience where exactly you can explore from here. Yeah, so let me try with some other employee. So his personal data, area data. If I go to actions, if I go to his personal data, sorry, talent data, from here, view skills and experience. Yeah. Yeah. So I can see the job history is already there. Work experience is not there, but it can be added. Similarly, education is already there. Languages, certifications. Okay, I think these are already maintained for this employee. Okay, so in this way, this will be an entry point, as we have seen, skills and experience and interest, right? So this is something from an individual or from an employee point of view, this would come. Okay, this will be an entry point from here. Similarly, Yes, so view interest. If I go to the interest, so yeah, so these are different interest area he has mentioned, that career interest, build and architect cloud solutions, help customers focused to be a solution architect, travel, yes, 100%, relocation, if yes, short term North America. Okay. So these are the long term also he has mentioned as a North America. Okay. Location, right? So these are the different interest areas. So these are the different input for your talent reviews. Okay. So whenever you are having talent review, this will be a requirement. Okay. So now moving to the next sections, we have to check this functional area, whether it is active or not, talent pipeline. Okay. So let's go to the functional area. Maintain functional area. And in that, we will check it out. The filter, that is your by functional area is, let's say, talent pipeline. Talent marketplace and talent pipeline, talent insight apps. These three things are here. So we'll go for talent pipeline as it is relevant for us. And we can see in this functional area that is a part of HCM talent optimization Workday solution. And in this, what it can be done. So it can also do a succession planning. These are all interrelated topics, right? So you can see all the things can be done. Collecting talent information, perform talent assessment, calibration, right? And in this, these are domains we can see like talent pool, talent review, worker data, and from a business process point of view, these are the things we can do, like assessing a potential, launching talent review, managing succession planning, calibration of the worker. All these things can be done from here. Okay. So this is your, from the Workday point of view, there are a few things we can do from here. Okay. So this is, now we have seen the, this already the domain security set of talent review domain is already there. We will check it out. Set of talent review. We will check it out. Set of talent review. It is already there. Okay. So this is the set of talent review. Okay. So it is already there. Set of talent review. This domain is part of the functional area talent pipeline, and this is already included and it is enabled. Okay. So this is the checkpoint we have to see, right? Now, suppose I want to create a new thing, new talent review rule. How I can do that? So for that, I have to check it out. First of all, this category, maintain condition rules category task. Let me go there. So maintain condition rule categories, already it is there. This is one of the tasks. I will go there. Condition rule usage. So it is asking for usage, and let me check it out. So mostly it is talent related. Let's see. Okay, talent review rule. Okay. So if I go here, so at present nothing is maintained in this particular talent review rule. Okay. And if you want to create, I can create a rule like here. Okay. USA. For manager, or let's say another thing, I can create one for manager, one for other people. Okay. So in this way, we can create those rule categories, right? So I can see, again, I will go there, talent review rule. I can create more talent review for manager. Let's see leadership. talent review, senior leadership and leadership. Click OK. So in this way, we can create multiple categories. Yeah, this is what we are expected to do here. So maintain condition rules category, access the create talent review task. Already we have done that. Then to copy an existing conditions. Okay, so these are the things we can do in the rules, conditions, and all. Okay, so we can write down the different combinations of rule here. So what we are going to do now, another task called create talent review rule. Create talent review. There is a rule, there is a template. Okay. So here, first of all, we'll be trying to create a rule first. So this is where exactly we'll be going. Create a rule, create talent review rule. It is a task. And let's say I will be creating a rule for senior leadership. Talent review. For senior leadership. Then in the category, talent review rule, I will put it under talent review. Now you can see these two are coming up because these two we have created in the category. So for that reason, these two are coming up here now. Whenever you are creating the rule. Okay, so let's say we'll be putting here talent review senior leadership. And if you're already having an existing rule, you can copy it from here. Okay, but we are not, let's say, is there any rule? But these are all already calendar, not relevant for us. Okay, but this is you can think of like a business rule in success factor. But here a little different here. Okay, so if you have any conditions, you can put it out here. Okay, condition from the rule. Let's say that person's is an US employee. Okay, that is the conditions, right? And all those details you can put it from here, rule conditions and all, right? So based on that, the kind of filter you're applying here, okay, so you will be able to create this talent review rule. Click OK. So there are some errors. Alert found. Source external field and must have a value. Row 1, column 4. Row 1, column 4. Frequently used. Let's say remove it. Click OK. So this is a filter and rule use conditions is there. This is the rule uses and this is the rule conditions, right? So this is how you will be creating a talent review rule. Okay. So we understood this. Now what we are going to do, we have created a talent review rule, right, in this exercise. Now in the next exercise, we'll be going to create a talent review template. This is also a very simple one. So the setup is already done, the security setup. And what does it mean? Why we do it? So it will be setting up a guidelines. Okay, whenever you are creating a template, it will be setting up those guidelines. That review is for whom? Actually, who the review is for, what type of talent information we're going to capture in that rule, then how to organize those information and what employees can see and what the managers can see. We can see that in this template. Okay. So what are the tasks? Again, very simple. We have to go to the same means already we have seen this one, but again we'll be now doing it. Create talent review template. Create talent review template. Talent review template task. Yes. So the template name, let's say senior leadership. Yeah. Talent review senior leadership. Click OK. Let's see what are the options are coming here. You can see this is the create talent review template, and there are by default there are one error and two alert. No section groups defined. Use configure section. Okay, we have not yet defined it for whom it is meant for, right? So that is obviously fine. This is an error. So we have to click this configure talent review template. This is also said the same thing in the guide. Okay. So we have to create talent review template task first, and in that we have a configuration of a talent review template. Okay. So we will go and configure the talent review template, and from here, so there are multiple options. Configure instructional text, welcome page title, you can mention it here. So I'm not going to fill up all the details. I'm just putting some dummy values. So there are manager instructions, there are employee instructions. You can try these, all these things. This time putting a default one. Click OK. Done. So instructions is done. Configure section order. Okay. So in the talent review section, it can be education, then experience, then another one can be exposure, displays one sections. Yeah, this is fine. And here we can mention what are the different categories. So exposure, it can be like his job history, that is an experience. Exposure can be his certifications. Experience can be his job history, or it can be also job details. Education, simply education, right? So these are the different categories we can define. We can have more also. So these are different review order. So we have created it. Click done, right? So now we do not have any error as such. So this is how we are going to create a order, configuring the section order, and it can be all done. Let's click done, right? So still have on one alert. Okay, so this is just an alert. So few instruction text is not there, otherwise it is fine, right? But this is how we are going to create a template in the talent review, right? So now what we are going to do, let's move on to that text. So this is already we have covered. So configure section order we have already done. Then for each and every sections, these are the details we do have. Competencies, language ability, all those things can be done. Okay. So now this is all about the how we can create a new template, talent review template from scratch. We have seen it. So this is very important step. So now we will be moving on to the next topic in this section. Start talent review. Let's say we've already done it. Okay, all the basic configuration is already there. Now what we are going to do, we will be reviewing the talent. Okay, so what they are saying is a prerequisite that you must be having this already there. Already we have seen the talent pipeline functional area. Then we've already configured the business process, security policy. Okay, so this is already done. Next one is to launch a talent review for an individual organization or a talent pool. There are different choices. Okay, so whether it is a guided editor, another is a summary editor. Summary editor will be a single page for all talent information. Guided one will be like a wizard. You have to go through step-by-step process, okay, with an interactive one. Okay, so we will be first of all going to guided editor. Let's see. Other options are also there, so we are not going there. Okay, so let's perform this task. Start talent review for organization and start talent review for worker. Okay, we will start with the worker first. Start talent review. Okay, I don't think that option is coming here. So let's check out those prerequisites first. Talent pipeline functional area. So talent pipeline, that is a filter. And inside that we have to verify talent review domain is there or not. Already there, talent review, security talent review. Okay, so this is there. Start talent review for organization. So this is a performance review, but talent review is not coming here. We need to check it out. Guided editor. Let me check it out. Talent review, I don't think it is something is coming here. Let me check it out further. So these are the options we are seeing here. Talent review status summary. Okay, it's not at all coming. Talent review. Start talent review for worker. So this is in editing a rule, existing rule if it's already there. This is already we have done it. Right. So we'll check it out. It's in some other system if it is there. This is you have to make a note of it. Talent review status summary. We're not at all utilizing it. So for that reason, it is blank. The next step is adding a logo to the talent card. So this is basically not so very difficult. Configure business from layout tasks. You have to go there and you have to select your profile layout. Let's do it. Configure business form layout. So this is the main task, configure business form layout. And from here, select one of the talent card layout. Talent card is there already, right? Talent card layout. And this can be designed, I think, right? So if you want, you can attach an image and JPG or PNG format, and this would be the size, and this would be the signature size. But remember, this is the pixel size, and you can do all these things, right? So this is how we can configure this talent review, and we can this part. And it can be very easy, like you can after doing it. I'm not doing it, so it will be part of our hackathon. So now let's see what else is there. So this is the next step is creating a custom talent card layout. Is again a not so very specific, very easy one. So simply you have to copy the standard to a custom report task and you can do it. This is also part of the hackathon where we will be doing this activity in the hackathons, right? So for now, we will be leaving it. Next one is concept talent reviews, what we have seen. So it's a two-part process. It collects talent information from both employees and the managers. Employee explain their education, interest, job history, job interest, language, mobility preference. Manager describe their achievable, achievable level, loss, impact of loss, potential, retention, risk, and both will be adding like award certifications, whatever is there, right? So all these details will go to the system, and now then this will be again bring in a talent card. Okay, it can be utilized this talent card, or it can be utilized for any kind of discussion which is happening in the upcoming days to maybe due to for succession planning, any kind of short-term, long-term business plan, retention, top talent retention. So these are different data that can be used, and all the details are actually captured here. So the talent summary will include what? It will be basically assessments, your potential achievable level, retention risk and loss of impact, as talent matrix placement, latest performance rating, performance over time, succession planning, employee and manager comments, all the details will be captured here. Similarly, in your competencies and career interest, this will contain this many information. Okay, these are all 5-point base scale, and it can be done. Okay, 3 areas of standard talent card. So all the details. Yeah. So these are all detailed information, and there are some frequently asked questions. You can go through it. Like it will be helpful for any kind of a decision making process in your entire implementation journey. If something is written here, it is not possible. But if you're trying to committing, then it will be a not good thing. So how to configure, how to do all these things. Okay. So this is something we have to go through from a concept point of view, but there is understanding point of view, so that you can explore all these things. Okay. So this is all it is. So we have completed with this. Just to summarize, we have seen cover the talent reviews part. Okay. So in this segment, the topics, we have seen most of the things in our system, and few things which you couldn't see, with that we will be, you should be able to perform in our upcoming hackathon, right? So wait for the hackathon. We'll be having the announcement soon in shortly, and I hope you participate. Then you'll be able to understand all those topics very detailed. Okay. So with this, we have completed this section called talent reviews. We will stop here. In the next section, next session, we will be covering the employee reviews. Okay, which is a logical upcoming topic for this, right? So we'll stop here. Thank you very much for joining in.